The U.S. Senate says yes to debating new gun control laws, and senators say the Sandy Hook families really made a big difference. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Keith Coons. Just minutes ago, the Senate rejected a conservative effort that would have blocked Congress from even talking about any gun control legislation. Now that debate can move forward down on Capitol Hill. News 8's Ken Pierce live in our newsroom this noon with more about the role some Newtown families played on this very important issue. Ken?
And Keith, 4 months ago, nobody in Washington would have even touched the gun control issue. Then the tragedy at Sandy Hook put it squarely in the spotlight. Even so, a week ago, it looked like conservative Republicans were going to filibuster it, and it was never going to make it even to the floor of the Senate to talk about it. But all that changed in the past few days because of efforts in Newtown and by families of Newtown victims in Washington.
Anna, age 6.
The plan was to protest the filibuster of gun control legislation in the U.S. Senate. They read the names of every victim of gun violence since December 14th. They took turns, and it was a long list.
I started with December 23rd and a few pages, and I'm into December 24th, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. This doesn't make any sense.
They started Wednesday and went all through the night on the steps of Newtown Town Hall.
Wesley Owens, 19.
Anna Marquez Green, age 6.
And Connecticut senators read the names of the Newtown victims in Washington this morning, too. They stood with families of those victims.
Their voices need to be heard, and they're going to carry through us.
We're here to demand action and demand that we receive a vote and that we are allowed to have some peace of mind that our loved ones didn't die for no reason.
Some of those families flew to Washington on Air Force One with President Obama after his speech Monday at the University of Hartford. At that point, Senate Republicans were talking about filibustering or blocking any vote on gun control. Then those Newtown families met with lawmakers.
They spend all week fanning out across the Capitol, and I think it's no coincidence that we will end this week in a much better position than many people thought we would.
Now, the vote was close. They needed 60 votes to block the filibuster. They got 68 this morning. This does not mean that any laws are going to change in Washington. It just means now they are going to debate it in the Senate. Senator Dick Blumenthal promises to push for everything that we got last week in Connecticut, the assault weapons ban, the high-capacity magazine ban. A more realistic view is that perhaps Congress will come together on expanding background checks for gun buyers. Live in the News 8 newsroom, I'm Kent Pierce. Back to you.